big reason, I think, why Trump was reelected. I think a lot of people honestly thought he was going to be the new Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, God, no. I like Teddy Roosevelt. Don't ever compare Trump to
I love Teddy Roosevelt, too, but some of the things that Trump promised were
Why do
good.
you like Teddy Roosevelt?
Oh, we're going to have another disagreement here.
No, I
He was
don't
in-
know. Well, specifically, what did he do that you really impressed you as makes you
Sent the
like
Great
him?
White Fleet around the world to say don't fuck with America.
Okay.
Got the Panama Canal started, developed Secretary of Interior to save all
Okay.
those, so we have all those national parks and wildlife that we would have just been mowed under by everybody else.
Okay, so he's a tough guy.
He instituted the minimum wage.
Yeah.
In New York, he cleaned up New York, got rid of all the textile files, the child labor, all that shit when he was, a commissioner of some kind in New York City. And he was also a fucking rough rider. He actually put his dick where his mouth was, or not so much that, but
What was his party?
he was the Bull Moose Party.
Yes.
Before that, he was also a Democrat.
Yeah.
And he brought up San Juan fucking Hill. He was a fucking badass in his own right, in his own age, and he backed up his shit. He got shot during a campaign speech.
That's what I was going to
kept
say.
talking.
That's my favorite Teddy Roosevelt story, is that he got shot and he went on ahead and kept doing his speech.
He
while
got
he was
shot,
campaigning.
punched the guy out, and just got back up on the pulpit and
Yeah.
said,
They don't make guys like that anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, do we have anything close to that nowadays?
But the biggest thing that I think he did was he broke up the monopolies. And
Yeah,
I think
he broke
that's
up
something we
Shell
have a
Oil,
huge
and,
problem with. Again, we may not technically have monopolies, but with these super companies, we're looking at the same kind of situation, I think, as when Teddy Roosevelt came in. And honestly, I think the future of democracy and capitalism was at stake before Teddy Roosevelt came up and picked up them and broke up the monopolies.
Well, the heads of the three biggest companies in the world, is U.S. Steel, Shell Oil, and the other, they got together and basically bought a president and got him elected.
That Taft?
Yeah, well, not Taft. It was the guy that was right before Roosevelt, because he was made the vice president because they stuck him there so he
Woodrow
couldn't do
Wilson?
anything. No, Wilson came later. Wilson was
Yeah,
World War
Wilson
I.
was a.
Who was
It was
before?
like it was. Either, I want to say not Garfield, but
McKinley?
No, one of the ones that got shot. So
McKinley
John
got
McKinley.
shot.
McKinley, that's right. So
So
they
Garfield,
installed McKinley. They bought him. They paid for him.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
put him in there. They put Teddy Roosevelt in there because he was making too much of a fuss. And they were like, "Yeah, well, he won't be able to do anything as vice president because vice president back then you didn't do shit. You couldn't do shit."
Yeah.
And they're like, he is one heartbeat away from being the president. Though, like, oh, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
Oh, look, our worst nightmare happened.
Yeah, he also Teddy Roosevelt brought judo to the United States.
Yeah.
I don't know if there'd even be MMA here or jiu-jitsu or any of that stuff.
Also, that's why we have teddy bears.
him.
That's
Yes.
right. Also, he was the one who signed off on the publication of The Jungle. The New York Times was not going
That's
to run
right.
it, but he, Teddy Roosevelt, when he was, fighting in the Spanish-American War, more guys died from bad meat products than died from bullets, and so he had it in for the Meat Trust. He saw that the book, was basically taking them to task, so he signed off on it, and that's why we have The Jungle.
Yep, I've seen that. I've read that.
So I'm a very big fan of Teddy Roosevelt.
Plus, I like whenever the History Channel does like a documentary like TR, The American Life. They have Richard Dreyfuss doing the voice of Teddy Roosevelt. And that just makes it better.
Yeah.
Because you go from like Stand By Me to like.
So I'm glad we're all in agreement because Teddy
We all
Roosevelt's
like
one of
Teddy.
my favorite presidents.
We need another
If
guy
not my
like Teddy.
favorite.
That's what we